Peace and love, family. It's your boy, Brother Truth. Now, I just saw this movie, Sarah's Oil. Now, I will say there's a lot of gems in there for us to pick up if you know what you're looking at. So let me just do a little quick breakdown. And of course, the movie was about Sarah Rector, who was a black woman born in Oklahoma, who became one of the first black millionaires in the United States after oil was discovered on her land. Now, they didn't really get into this in the movie, but the Dawes Act of 1887 was a federal law that aimed to assimilate Native Americans into mainstream U.S. society by breaking up tribal lands into individual 160-acre plots. Mind you, this was post-1871 and the Naturalization Act, when they were naturalizing many American Indians into Native Americans and blacks and assimilating them into this new society that they were creating for them. Now, one thing I didn't mention about this Dawes Act that these bankers had put in place was basically they wanted to assimilate, blacks and American Indians into society as U.S. citizens, because then they could give them back the land, right? As so-called, quote unquote, descendants of freedmen and things of that nature. And then they could tax it at $30 a year, which was basically about $1,000 in today's time. And many of them just didn't have that kind of money. So when they got the lands from the government, but then couldn't pay it off, hello, that land got taken back over and gave right back to the government. It was all a play. Now, what they don't mention in the movie is that there's a connection between John D. Rockefeller and his company called the Standard Oil Company that actually drilled and discovered oil on actual Sarah Rector's land. I just find it funny that it was John D. Rockefeller that was lurking around and making these kind of deals on tribal lands. And that's when John D. Rockefeller said, well, you know what? Well, maybe I don't have to go through all of this and do all these leasings every single time I want to get some of their land so that I can drill oil. Why don't we just put money in funding, right? Their education with the General Board of Education, and put money in funding HBCUs to teach these American Indians that they are blacks, so that therefore they won't even go back and want to claim their properties, right? And want to go back and claim their equitable rights to these treaties that gives them all these acres and lands that are owed to us, right? Because the only way that we can benefit from them is if we are in the status of an American Indian. It's one thing to correct your status and be a U.S. citizen and go to a U.S. national, but we still must do more and also claim our tribal heritage as well. Now, lastly, I did find it funny that she was so rich that Oklahoma legislator legally declared her a white person, right? If that's not alarming to you all to wake up and get your status corrected, I don't know what is, because it has nothing to do with skin tone and everything to do with a status. So that means the majority of these African Americans and blacks are operating as civil leader more two subjects in law, which are civilly dead. Come on, y'all. This is the whole reason why we must correct our status.